Okay, guys, we're at Durumu. Harry, what do you think of this boss, dude? Why is it a red bug?
This boss already dead.
It starts at like 20.
This is an easy boss.
If you move out of the way, it's easy. We'll see what comes to you, Eric.
That's just free loot.
Yo, check this out, man. Before we start, this is the refuse disposal right outside of Durumu's room. What do you think's up there? It's interesting, actually, because they kind of like put stuff in that doesn't really need to be in. Like, you could see up there. That's weird. I wonder if that actually is somewhere. But anyway, yeah, so let's check out Durumu. Okay, now that I don't have the room cleared, unfortunately, on this character, but I do have footage of the boss. It's not going to be a kill, but it is much more than we need. The boss is very, very straightforward from a healing perspective. It essentially is just one phase for a healer and rinse and repeat 3 times. That is it. But that phase is definitely not something you want to trifle with. Okay, so we'll look at the live footage, but for now, let's talk about basically what you need to realize as a healer. Now, once again, don't forget, this is not a strategy guide for your raid. This is for healers who are looking to min-max their throughput, eke out that extra bit of healing, trying to get a look at how other healers heal fights, and trying to get a look, but perhaps maybe the first time you've seen this fight, trying to see it from a healing perspective. So that's what this is all about. In terms of actually healing this fight, okay, I'm going to tell you this right now. The beams, when the beams come out, if you are not targeted, pray, thank you, stop, you get away from your computer, you kneel down, and you pray. And you say, thank you very much, Blizz Gods. I did not get targeted by this ability, and it is now possible for me to actually heal. Because when you are targeted, it's stressful. It really is. I fucking hate... I hate being the target of this mechanic, because it's like, oh my god, fuck, especially the red one. It's like, Jesus Christ, I have to move, and then I never get to heal. So, yeah, just hope you didn't get targeted. Second of all, actually, when you are healing in the beam... Okay, this is all the healing you'll ever do in this fight, essentially, besides the tank damage. So you'll need to pop... You rotate everything. You use everything you have. Totems, tranquility, revitalization, the monk ability, whatever that shit's called. Everything. Everything you have. I'll give you... There's a different idea you could take into effect. You could kind of save it for when, like, that maze shit happens in the second phase, quote-unquote. But, like, people are going to either die from that or they're not going to take damage from it. So I don't think that's a good option. I'm using everything I have, including Divine Favor, Avenging Wrath, and Guardian of Ancient Kings. I'm using them all. It's only going to happen 3 beam phases. So if you need to use Kings, use it. But otherwise, sit on it for the one that you need. And when it does, you're going to have your healers split up into 3 groups. Your most mobile healers are going to want to be in the yellow beam... or not the yellow beam, the red beam. Your best single target healers are going to want to be in the blue beam, and everybody else basically are going to be in the yellow beam. And that's it for healing. That is seriously it. You stack them up, you fucking heal the shit out of everyone you can, use aura mastery, every cooldown you have, get through that phase with 25 people alive, and as a healer, your job is irrevocably done. It's unfortunate, but it's true. This is not a very difficult fight from a healing perspective. Harry agreed, you heard him. But let's look at the live footage, because there is a bit more to talk about besides that. Before we do, also just realize that somebody's going to get targeted with the Drain Life ability. You could choose to use Hand to Sack on them, Pain Suppression, stuff like that. But to be honest with you, I'm using Hand to Sack on people who look like they're taking a bit extra damage from some of the abilities. From the beams, So let's look at the live footage. I think that'll prove better. Okay, here we go. Durumu has begun, ladies and gentlemen. First thing you notice right at the top, see that fucking hunter's mark? Shit's upside down. What the? Why the fuck is that upside? Anyway, don't worry about that. See this? This is the start of the fight. I'm DPSing. There's literally nothing to heal. Just keep an eye on the tank. This here, right here, Lingering Gaze, it's supposed to be able to be bubbled off. I don't know why it didn't work there, but every other time I've gotten it, I bubbled it off. As long as you're immune when he throws it down, you don't actually put it down yourself. Save some room. So that wasn't the best option for me dropping it there, but I don't know why it didn't work. Past that, like I said, there's literally nothing to heal. Boss is at like 90%. Still nothing to heal. Now, the ads have been placed, and the beams are coming out. So, figure out what group you're going to be in. I'm personally in the blue group, so I'm heading over there now and getting ready to heal. Now, just look at the raid frames, and you'll see how much damage we're actually taking. It is pretty significant, and this is through a lot of cooldowns. We have, as I said, you should be using everything you have. I'm using rotating cooldowns, divine insight. I've already used wings. I'm probably going to use aura mastery before this one's over. But just use them all. Literally use them all, because they'll all be back up next time you need them. This only happens 3 times total. There, I've used Aura Mastery. But you see the damage? Even through all these cooldowns, it is still really hard to heal through this. And we 7 healed this fight. So, yeah. I don't know. Just pretty much use anything you have. There's nothing I could really tell you about. It's literally just use everything you have. You don't even really need a rotation. You just kind of throw it down whenever you feel like you need it. And as long as a few people, as long as most of the people are in range, yeah, you'll be able to heal through it, no problem. It's really not a big deal. Now, there are some other mechanics that we'll look at. As I said, the life drain is something that you'll want to keep an eye on. But, I mean, you could throw hand of stack on them, stuff like that, and give them some direct heals, but they're not going to have it for very long. It's not going to happen, so... That knockback, one of our guys, this is not a very good attempt, to be honest with you, but it's the longest one, so I wanted to at least show you that. Get the footage here. But yeah, okay, so the maze shit is coming out. I throw it on my hammer because it does do some damage. You'll see one of our priests has saved. Yep, he saved his bubble, so that's a pretty good option as well. That at least keeps people alive a bit longer, but you'll see here when I fuck up big time, and when I do, there's no coming back from it. Watch this. Yep, see, I get hit by the beam. I'm not moving quick enough. The rest of the group's like literally inching along, and I don't realize that, and I get killed by the beam, and there is no coming back from that. You die. So I'm dead now for a few seconds. Not the best footage to show, is it? But everybody makes mistakes. It's progression. Okay, it's progression. But I just shown you what a joke this fight is. This really is, healing wise. There's just nothing to do. And I don't know why they made it. It's a pretty complicated fight mechanically, but healing, there is nothing to fucking do. You literally just checklist. Do you have cooldowns up for the beams? No. What the fuck did you use them on? What the fuck did you use them on? If yes, use them. Press heals. Everybody's fine. I mean, it's crazy. It really is. But if you don't use cooldowns, if you don't have smart healers, see here, I'm using a concentration potion. Good question. Should you use a concentration potion? Obviously, this is the only time you'll be able to. Not 100% sure. I die a lot on this fight, to be honest with you, so I haven't really gotten a ton of good attempts deep where I know if I even need mana. But literally, Another interesting point, when the maze comes back up, I have to show you something. I'll tell you exactly why I'm in melee and why I continually fuck up because of it. But yeah, another blue beam, just fucking heal. Look at me, I pop wings. I'm using heals. People are taking a lot of damage though, like I said. If it's not something to just fucking laugh at. You have to use cooldowns. You have to use your best healing throughput. But once you do, that's it. That's literally it. Now I picked up the gaze. I gotta run away from that because I cannot drop that in the blue, as blue is a stationary one. And then I run back in and just start healing. Look at that. I'm just fucking healing the shit out of these people. That monk's spinning to win. He's healing. He's doing a great job. My guardian, who's that glowing angel guy next to me? Why isn't he open? Jesus Christ, it's crazy. Just heal the shit out of these people. Let's see, we should get another maze, I think. Another maze, Billy Maze. Billy Maze here. See, there's the beam over there on the other side. It's honestly trivial, it really is. It makes a difference in the fight mechanically, but healing-wise, it's like, oh, yep, that guy's, yep, that's fine. Just gonna heal him with the Holy Shock. Be fine kind of thing. So, but you see, I am constantly regenning mana by meleeing the boss, and this is something I have a huge advantage over. Now, I would recommend as a shaman, I'd pick up the lightning bolt regen mana and the lightning bolt on the move talent if you feel like you need mana, and everybody else just kind of, just regen where you can. But the reason here, you'll see here, I'm making a pretty fatal mistake, to be honest with you. I should not be in the melee. It is really difficult to stay alive in the melee group. I might even die a second time here. I don't think so, but it is not easy to stay alive in the melee group because of how close you are to that beam. I should really be at range, but I'm saying, hey, I'm a smart guy. I know what to do. I'm going to get up there and I'm going to fucking melee the boss so I can get mana back. If you can do that, if you're confident and you know what you're doing with the maze, then do it. Yeah, that is definitely the optimal way to do it. Same with a shaman. I'd recommend them getting the, as I said, on the move lightning bolt and just lightning bolting the whole time. Don't even bother. There's really not that much to heal. You can throw a chain heal here and there out, but as any other healer that doesn't have hots and stuff like that, you can't do much. The only healing specs that are even going to be good here are monk and druid. Otherwise, you're literally, and maybe holy priest. But otherwise, you're kind of just you're moving the whole time, so you don't really have time to heal. But that's it. That is literally the whole fight. There is, as I said, it happens 3 times. That you'll see the third beam phase here in a second. I get the red, and as I described previous, it is so fucking nerve-wracking. Like, I end up running past the ad because I'm trying to heal and run, and it's just so shitty. You might as well just not even try to heal. Just take yourself out of the fight. Make sure you do the beam perfectly, because I do not here. And that is it. That's literally the whole fight. We're pretty close to killing it anyway, but we have so many dead that we would hit the enrage, which is after 3 beams and the third maze. After the third maze, he just one-shots you, basically. I see Sarah run past the ad. Don't do that. But yeah, that's obviously causing some complications. But that is it. Literally, if you have any questions, let me know. This is not a fight that you should ever get tripped up on as a healer, but I'm more than happy to answer any questions. Otherwise, we will see you at Primordius.